Hello there, it's Hillary, and welcome back to the Creative Faith YouTube channel. And I want to wish you a very Merry Creative Faith Christmas. So, I am setting up my gratitude and prayer journal for the month of December for Christmas time. And I love gratitude and prayer journaling. I'm going to be sharing a really cool testimony as well in this video. So, be sure you watch and listen until the end. But I love gratitude and prayer journaling. I think it is after, reading the Bible and sharing the gospel, I think gratitude and prayer journaling are just such key parts of the faith and my walk with God. And so I love encouraging you to keep a gratitude and prayer journal as well too. So I will have this Creative Faith Gratitude and Prayer Journal linked in the description box below. It's available on Amazon. And then I do have a full Christmas gratitude and prayer journal flip through video that I used from 2021 to 2023. So I filled and finished one, and now this is my second Christmas gratitude and prayer journal. Now, this video started off a little rough. So I have these little page, scalloped page edgers. They're from a company called the Planner Society, but she doesn't sell these anymore. So I put those in front of the tabs, and then I realized you couldn't read the tabs at all. So then I went and pulled my other gratitude and prayer journal, which you can see over on the left side, and I noticed I put the tabs in the front. So then I pulled up the tabs and ended up putting them on top of the scallops, but it got all gluey on the other page where I had it. Anyways, kind of a mess. I was getting sort of frustrated at the beginning, but it gets better. And I am trying also to just embrace an imperfect Christmas. I am trying to just work on releasing the perfectionism and being okay with just imperfect things because we're imperfect people. Only Jesus is the perfect one. And anyways, so kind of a little bit of a rough start, but the front half of this journal is a gratitude journal. And then the back half is a prayer journal. And I do have online courses for both gratitude journaling and prayer journaling. So if you want to learn more about techniques and ideas and things like that, I will have information about both those online courses linked down below. Those are really great resources. I created a new Christmas gratitude and prayer journaling printable. So this is volume 2, and then I do have one that I released several years ago, but I wanted more little journals to use for kind of little micro gratitude and prayer journaling. And I love decorating the little covers because there's a cover page on the inside of this journal for the gratitude journal and then for the prayer journal. And so I wanted to create some elements that I could use to decorate those pages. And so I really love how this printable came together. So I'll have this new printable linked down below, as well as volume 1, which I do also use in this video too. You can kind of see it kicking out right here. This is volume 1, and so I did still have some scraps left here that I use in this setup as well. And then I also have here is the Christmas mugs from 2021 that I released. This is probably my most used Christmas printable. It has all these cute Christmas mugs and it has lots of different styles and sizes. So I wanted to include these here as well too. So lots of fun resources and printables. I do have a whole Christmas roundup on my new Creative Faith website with all sorts of links and videos. So you can check that out down below too. So I first set up the cover page with all those little elements, and then now I'm setting up the cover of the gratitude journal section, and then I'm setting up the prayer journal section. So I like just taking time to decorate and kind of prepare my heart and prepare the journal for spending time with the Lord. And this is, of course, not necessary. You don't need to decorate and set it up like this. I just think it's really fun. And it's a great way to kind of get me going on gratitude and prayer journaling throughout the season, because gratitude journaling is not just for fall. I do it all year round. I have seasonal gratitude and prayer journals for every season. There's a summer one, a spring one, a fall one, a Christmas one. And so I love doing this again all year round, documenting my gratitude and prayers. And there's a quote that my pastor said once. He said, "Forgetfulness is the enemy of faith." And so I love writing these things down because it's really important to remember God's faithfulness and look back on his faithfulness during hard times. And so that's what I am going to do today in a process in both the gratitude section and the prayer section. So I love starting projects with prayer. So you can see this is one of the intro pages as well. And I wanted to start the journal with prayer, just giving this journal to the Lord and inviting him in every time I open it up. The back of this journal, there's a spot for answered prayers, and I wanted to decorate these pages, and I'm using my Christmas floral borders and corners printable. This is another one that I printed over and over again, so be sure to look through your printable stash and reprint things off again that you've purchased in the past to use this year. And I just love how beautiful this turned out with the floral borders and corners. And then I am documenting an answered prayer, and I wanted to share this story and testimony with you because it is just, I think, a neat reminder of God's goodness and that He hears every prayer. So, my husband, a couple months ago in October, had his appendix removed, and it was a surprise and just kind of a challenging time since then. And he couldn't work for a week. He probably should have taken more time off, but just financially that wasn't able to happen. And so he went to work after a week, but he couldn't, lift everything that he could. He couldn't do what he normally does around our house or at his work. And that was really hard for him. And he has had expressed multiple times, like, I don't know what's going on with me. I just feel kind of moody and bothered and irritated, which is not his personality at all. And so, I just was praying for him on my own, but um, anyway, so that has been since kind of the middle of October, and it's just been hard. So last Thursday at my Bible study, I haven't really been sharing a ton of prayer requests at Bible study lately. I just feel like sometimes, other people's, first off, is anyone even going to pray over these requests? Or other people's prayers are more important or bigger, and so I just don't necessarily share anything. And one of my friends at Bible study, she looked at me, and almost everyone had kind of left. It was a smaller group that day, and she said, "Hillary, what can I pray for you and Juan?" And I said, "Oh, we're fine." She's like, "Don't you have any prayer requests that you could share?" And so I said, "Well, I love prayers for my husband for energy and for joy." And anyway, so that was on Thursday, and I just felt like it was interesting because I'm doing this voiceover on Monday after this. And it was just kind of interesting to see this change in him over the weekend and over the past few days. And even though he worked all Saturday, worked 6 days in a row, he seemed kind of different. And so I was in the car with him driving to church on Sunday, and just out of the blue, we're listening to Christmas music, and he turns to me and says, "I think it was like post-surgery depression or something." And it was just so out of the blue. I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I think after that surgery, I was just feeling so sad that I didn't do what I normally do, and it feels like it's just all gone right now. It just is gone. And I'm better." And it makes me choked up right now just thinking about, our prayers on Thursday being answered so quickly and just the power of praying with others. And so I wanted to share this story to encourage you, but first off, to be the person to ask someone else if they need prayer. And then, second off, to be the person vulnerable enough to share, hey, I need prayer right now for this. And God is hearing your prayers and answering your prayers in His time and in His way. And I'm just so thankful to have documented this, that I'm thankful for answered prayers because I want to remember that every time I'm struggling, that God hears my prayer. And God hears the prayers of my friends when I don't know what to pray anymore. So for the second half of this little process video, I'm doing a prayer journaling page, and I confess down on the page, and I have just really been struggling with contentment lately. And it is a hard time of year where, there's so many ads for buying things. And with just, my husband's surgery expenses and things like that, things are really tight. And so I have been wanting to buy things, but I haven't been. And so I just was praying and crying out to God and asking Him to help me be content with what I have. Do I need a new pair of shoes? No. Do I need a new shirt? No. Do I need Christmas ribbons to put on our candles? No. I have lots of blessings already that I can use and enjoy. And so I really wanted to just confess that to the Lord and pray and ask Him to help me be content. And so that is this kind of second half. So I would just pray and encourage you to also write a prayer of confession, to also work on being content in this season. It is challenging to hold steady and be grateful for what I have instead of wanting other things. And anyways, so those are kind of some things I've been struggling with, things on my heart, and I'm so thankful for my gratitude and prayer journal. It's all set up, ready to use, and I can just really use this tool over this next month to lean on the Lord and cry out to Him. So I hope this video encouraged you to get out a gratitude and prayer journal for this season. I hope it encouraged you in terms of gratitude and prayer, and that God is answering your prayers in His time and in His way. And yeah, so be sure to check out all the resources that I mentioned in the description box below. And be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any Creative Faith videos. And I want to wish you a very Merry Creative Faith Christmas. See you next time. Bye, friend.